To hear your voice, sir. How are you doing, and how are you making out through the storm?
We're doing fine. My family, children, grandchildren are all safe and secure in different parts of the area, but doing well. Thank you.
Commissioner Donilon, as we are looking at all of these wind gusts and impacts from the wind, something interesting I heard you talking about earlier, just about, what happens if, a tree falls on your property, or, who's responsible and how that works out with insurance. We are seeing a lot of trees come down from one property to another. Maybe your tree fell on a neighbor's home, what have you. In the event of a situation like this that people may be experiencing, what's the protocol when it comes to insurance?
Well, first and foremost, you do have an obligation under your policy to minimize your damage, whether it's a flood policy for flood damage or a wind policy, homeowners policy, commercial property, or what have you, to the extent it is reasonable, safe, and possible to minimize your damage. That is a obligation that you have. It benefits you, and frankly, it also benefits the insurer by reducing the amount of the claim that you will have ultimately. But I always tell folks the first thing they should do is file their claim. Get on record as soon as possible, because with an event this large, there's going to be an avalanche of claims filed, which is going to put stress on the resources available to all of the insurers to adjust claims in a timely fashion and to get it behind them so that the victims are able to move on to, with that check in hand, to contractors and the rebuild of their damaged properties to put their lives back together. And worry not about whether or not this will raise your rates. It will not. Rates are not set. In fact, in the National Flood Insurance Program, they're set on a regional basis at large. That's about to change under what's called Risk Rating 2.0, but that's for next month or the month after. For right now, we have to focus on getting the damage repaired and getting folks back, their lives back together. And so as soon as possible, make contact with your agent or your company and file your claim to begin the process.
Yeah, hopefully people already had home inventories and stored copies of their documents. What's your advice for people if their policy has expired, or if they're in some sort of a desperate situation at this point and facing some damage to their properties?
No question about it. A home inventory will be so helpful in processing your claim, even if it's damaged already. Take your cell phone, easily done, walk through, film if you or take still pictures of the damaged areas so that you can show it to your adjuster and document what the premises looked like before the impact of this hurricane event. And as to lapses in coverage, even if you are in your grace period after the payment was due, go ahead and contact your agent, make payment if possible, get the coverage back in place. We are going to issue emergency rules as we do typically after events this large. We did last year with Laura in the southwest corner of our state, that will freeze policies in place and prohibit the cancellation or non-renewal of policies for a limited number of months from the date of the catastrophe going forward. We have done that in the past, and we'll do it again.
Commissioner Donilon, when we see events like this, it's always interesting to hear how the insurance process plays out in terms of what caused your damage, whether it was the wind or rain or flooding. I mean, all of those things make a difference when it comes to your claim. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, statewide, less than a quarter of the residences in the state are insured for flood. In the metro New Orleans area, because we've had so many of these events over the past several decades, I say we have 100-year flooding events every 5 years in our area. Our folks have learned from those bitter experiences that flood insurance is the best insurance buy any property owner anywhere in our area can make. It is significantly subsidized by the federal government, benefiting us in in Louisiana more than any other state in America. But only about 40 to 45% of the homes in the metro area are insured for flood. And those folks, again, if they have a flooding loss, a rising water loss, they should file a claim immediately. Wind-driven rain, water, rain, if you will, water, will be covered by your homeowner's policy. If your door blows in, your roof blows off, your window blows out, that wind-driven rain is covered by your homeowner's policy. These things are best consulted, talked over with your agent, or if you buy your policy through an 800 number, your company. And we at the Department of Insurance at 800-259-5300, and we will be back manning our phones as soon as it's safe to enter the streets and highways around the Baton Rouge area, fielding calls from the victims of this event to give them this kind of advice on an individual basis. But the first place to go is to your agent or your company to file your claim, get a claim number, and find out what they are likely to be able to cover and not cover. If you're not happy with or understand what they explain to you, call us. We can go into it in greater detail with you, with folks who are very expert on handling these matters.
All right, Louisiana Commissioner of Insurance Jim Donelan, thank you.